I am Jocelyn Panetta, the founder of the Scholarship System, and thanks for joining for our series, Paying for College. Now today what I want to talk about is really how majors can affect the amount you have to pay. So I think that some students find this a little surprising, and so I wanted to make sure I address it. So last time we talked about ways to cut down your tuition bill. And of course, there's always the opportunity to get free money to pay for your bill, but why not decrease the amount of money you even need? And maybe you can get an overage check cut to you or something of that nature. So no matter what, cutting down the amount of money you need is always beneficial. Now, last time we talked about different ways to get college credit without having to pay college prices for it. But this time I want to talk about how your major impacts that amount that you need to spend. So the first thing is, of course, there are certain programs that when you choose to major in that category, you can get a lot of funding, or maybe even your state has some sort of program that has an incentive for it. To give you an example, a lot of states have programs for teachers. So they will do something where teachers will get a scholarship or a grant if they decide to go and become a teacher, and they teach in that state for 2 to 4 years. So this can pay for pretty much all of your tuition depending on what state you're in. There are also high demand majors that different states are creating programs for. So you can get grant money, you can get just a lot of incentives if you choose to major in that category. One example would be STEM majors. So we always hear about STEM, but the reason that we always hear about it is because there's such a need for people in STEM degrees. And so if you can, maybe you don't technically want to work within a STEM field, but it's kind of close to it, you might be able to major in something that technically falls in that category to take advantage of these benefits. Because as long as you're somewhere in the ballpark, you would be surprised at really how many opportunities there are if you can make it fit within these grant programs. The other thing is, if your state does not offer your major, if none of the colleges in your state have the major that you want, you can actually see if there's a network partnership out of state where you would get in-state tuition based on that major. So that's another way that your major could definitely save you money or get you out of state for a cheaper price. Now, the last point I want to make is that this is something that's kind of new, is colleges are starting to implement varied tuition based on majors. So if you are going into a field where you know the average salary is on the lower end, for example, teaching, it's great, you are helping people, you are, setting up our children for the future, but unfortunately salaries they're not very high in that category. So maybe you could look into a college that offers varied tuition, because since that major has an average lower salary, they're charging less tuition. So if you are going into a field where you will get paid more, you will probably pay more at that school. But if you're going into fields where it's historically a lower average salary, then looking into a college that offers varied tuition would absolutely be a perfect way that you can save money because of the major that you choose. So those are just a few ways to save money paying for college, make it cheaper based on your major. Because again, if you can partner that with securing free money, then you are well on your way to graduating debt-free, and that is our goal. So thank you for joining me with the Scholarship System, and I look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget, by the way, to hit the subscribe button below, subscribe to our channel, because we have tons of information and plenty more coming. So I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks.